What's up everyone, it's the day of the 4th eviction of Big Brother 23 and it's either going to be Hannah or Whitney, but before one of them actually leaves the door we've got a lot to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. First things first, I'm going to throw it to you guys. I'd love to hear in the comment section who you would like to see be evicted tonight. Is it Whitney or Hannah? I've got a feeling which way that's going to go, but please let me know in the comment section below. Now, with it being Wednesday, the day before the eviction, of course, one-on-one campaigns, which seem to be a huge thing this series, we're kicking into gear. So basically, that's how we're going to start this live feed update, talking about what Whitney and Hannah actually did to try and solidify their place in the house. Okay, so Hannah's campaigning wasn't that much, and she doesn't really need to do much. When you're in a position in which you are almost certain to be staying, yes, you should still campaign, as I talked about probably there over the past couple of weeks when Brittany was on the block. I had a ton of respect. I even tweeted about this. I had a ton of respect at the fact that even though she was almost certainly staying against Frenchie and Brent, she continued to campaign, and I respect that, but she didn't do it too hard. She wasn't going bosh, 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 because when you push too hard, it can often reverse things and flip in, you know, it doesn't go in your favour, and then you end up leaving the Big Brother house. So Hannah is in one of those positions right now, so it makes sense that she wasn't doing a ton of campaigning, just kind of consolidating the votes, making sure she knows where people's heads are at, because if she was to push too hard, as we saw this week with Sarah Beth trying to push Hannah's name, it puts a target on your back. Never, ever in the Big Brother house, unless you feel like you've got the numbers, or you can work it in a way where you are probably going behind people's backs and whispering in people's ears to try and rally the numbers, and then you can successfully do it. Sarah Beth this week, I think she's fantastic. I think she's awesome, but she was pushing Hannah's name in front of a group of people that were physically and mentally showing that they did not want Hannah to be the target this week, and that obviously did damage to Sarah Beth's game, and I think she realised that when she was talking in the DR. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like Hannah, again, she just needs to, and she's wise enough. She is wise enough to know that she shouldn't be pushing Whitney's name too hard, because Whitney's almost a certain gone person this week. But if we flip things on its head, Whitney has realised that Hannah's got a huge social game, and because she realises that she's in that detrimental position where she is probably going to be leaving the house, let's just talk about last night's episode for a moment, in which when DX mentioned me and Hannah are going to be on Slop next week. Oh man, that was awkward, and you could tell Whitney was pissed. She was not happy at that point. So I think that kind of just lit a fire under Whitney's belly, and she sort of thought, okay, it doesn't matter at this point. Derek X has annoyed me, so I'm going to try and throw Hannah under the bus as much as possible to stay. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. People going, oh, it's, you know, she can go because she's thrown Hannah under the bus. Listen, Whitney's playing the game and she's trying to stay in the house. She's probably not going to stay in the house, but I respect her for playing the game. And listen, she kind of was just using Hannah's social game as, or saying she's got a strong social game as her main campaigning point. But it really looks like Whitney's going to struggle to get the numbers tonight, and it's almost certain Whitney will be leaving the Big Brother house tonight. Okay, let's give some credit to Tiffany at the moment, because she is working this house right now. Every single time she has wanted somebody to be a target, she has managed to get them to become a target. This week she has been working hard on people to get Sarah Beth to become a target. I know a lot of people aren't liking that, because a lot of people are Sarah Beth fans, and myself included. I like both Tiffany and Sarah Beth, but you can't deny every single time Tiffany has wanted somebody to be a target, whether she's changed her mind after if she wants that person to be the target or not, she's been able to put the target on that person. Yes, I mean, Whitney wasn't, I don't think it was an ideal boot this week, but even before last week she was talking about how she wants Whitney to be the target next week, and guess what? Whitney is. She's managing to plant those seeds and get it. So I mean, listen, going into the HOH competition tonight, it's really going to be interesting, because I think a lot of the house are going to be trying to split up Christian and Alyssa. You're going to have some people trying to gun for Hannah, and you're going to have some people trying to gun for Sarah Beth. It's going to be chaos, it's going to be mayhem, it's going to be Big Brother. Now, while we've seen Tiffany pushing all these different people's names and turning on people left, right and centre, but doing it in a way where it's not flip-floppy, or a way where she's playing a chaotic game, she is doing it very calculated. And even though you would assume she would want to take Claire to the end, I think she's voiced her concern of how strong a player Claire is, and she, I think, wants to get Claire out sooner rather than later. Not necessarily next week, it's Sarah Beth next week, it's that way or the highway, but she does want Claire out soon. But Claire is an extremely strong player, and I think she's realised how hard Tiffany is playing, and she is not going to lie down. This is amazing, because I feel like so many times in the past few years of Big Brother, it's kind of like somebody's targeted this person and they've been sometimes oblivious, or just they've known what's going on and decided to do nothing about it. Not only Claire is ready to counteract Tiffany, she has also realised it without even having to know, or Tiffany vocalising to her what she's doing. So that's the double whammy there. That's double amazing in my opinion, you know. So Claire is an extremely strong player. I think Tiffany's an extremely strong player, and Sarah Beth, who is, you know, is obviously played hard this week and has became a target this week. Those three are They are powerhouses in this game. I don't even care what anyone says. I think I was saying Kyland was in a fantastic position, I think, up until, I would probably say this week, because then the whole Sarah Beth and Kyland target that sort of got put on them has kind of dethroned Kyland's game slightly. When he was head of household, he had the whole world in his hand, and into the following week where Xavier became head of household, he also had the whole world in his hands. And as I said, it just kind of slipped this week. Although he's still in a fantastic position. Xavier is in a marvellous position as well. But I would say, you know, Kyland, see, there's so many people playing strong games this year. I was literally just going about single out the people who are playing the strongest games, but I'm genuinely going to struggle to do that. I think it's going to be so interesting on who wins head of household tonight, because I think it's the wall tonight, which I thought was last week, so that was totally me being wrong, but it's going to be the wall tonight, and I love the wall. I think it's such a fun comp. If I was a betting man, I would be saying that Alyssa is going to win the wall comp tonight, meaning that we've got another week of Chrysalis in the head of household bed and bedroom. We'll see how that one goes. I think, you know, they'll probably be going for Sarah Beth if they win head of household, but only time's going to tell. I feel like so many people are going to be hustling hard for the wall tonight. Listen, Arza has voiced her vocalised. She's vocalised how she wants to win head of household tonight because she's so unsure where people's heads are at. She wants to guarantee her safety. Arza is a fighter. I truly believe that she could come through and win the wall as well tonight. I wouldn't put it by anyone, to be honest. I think we've got a strong group of people who are going to be facing off on the wall tonight, and I am so hyped. Now, what we've also got to remember for this week is that we are presuming this is the last person to be evicted before the jury. So this is not only going to be who should we evict this week, it's also going to be who's going to be a bitter juror at the end kind of week. So not only they have to filter in who's a threat, they also have to filter in, do we want to put someone on the jury who is going to vote bitterly at the end, you know, vote for the person who probably doesn't deserve to win because they've been offended by someone taking them out, or are we going to bring the person who, because I would say the bitter juror is probably the more annoying person to live with usually, so there's that fine line of, do we get rid of the more annoying person, or do we play Big Brother and logically get rid of the threat? There's layers to each of them. So that's going to be a huge factor playing into who is going to be evicted this week as well. So that's just always something to remember on top of the game as it is already, because that bridge over from pre-jury to jury is always extremely detrimental in the game of Big Brother. As midnight arrived, so did Tiffany's birthday, so a huge happy birthday to Tiffany. She is obviously going to be competing in the wall comp on her birthday, so I'm sure she would love to win that. That would be a marvellous birthday present to make it to jury, assuming that jury will be after this next person is evicted. I would imagine so. It has been the past few years, and for many years actually. So, you know, I think just wishing Tiffany a huge happy birthday, and I think she will be gunning for it hard. She'll be in good spirits because it's her birthday, so all best to Tiffany and birthday wishes. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. I am unbelievably hyped for the wall tonight, and I'm sure most of you folks are, if not all of you. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on this past week in the comment section below, and also going into next week, you know, what are we thinking? You know, are you guys thinking that Christian did a good job as head of household? You folks have probably heard my opinion all week on that one. And also, let's talk about who do you actually want to win head of household tonight. Who do you want to last the longest on the wall to become the brand new head of household? And also, Whitney or Hannah, who would you like to see evicted? There's just so much to talk about, guys, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But again, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate everyone's support that tunes in, whether it's one video, 2, 3, or even them all. I just appreciate every single last one of you. It means the world to me that you guys give me support like that. But folks, I'll say as I always do, make sure you're all staying safe, staying healthy, and staying positive out there. Be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.